So the Buffalo Bills scored a lot of points. The Houston Texans did not score a lot of points. Spencer Brown was looking good. Dawson Knox was looking really good. The power went out in the stadium, or the broadcast, or whatever happened. Cole Beasley's doing some stupid stuff on Twitter. Let's talk about all this on this week's edition of Good Neighbor Sports.
And now the Bills are on the rise again.
It is pandemonium. It is fantastic.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to another episode of Good Neighbor Sports. As always, I am your host, Austin Hinton, and if you're new here, we talk Buffalo Bills football, so if you like that kind of thing, we do it every week. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. City of good neighbors, that's what we do out here. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, we all know it's another shutout. Buffalo Bills are 50% of the games we've played this season have been shutouts. It's only week 4. The record for most shutouts in a season is 5. There's plenty of teams out there with 3, and I think one other one with 4. We're in week 4. We could do it. We could get in that 3 shutout zone, no problem. Our schedule going forward is pretty simple. But in the first 4 games of this season, 4 games, that's 16 quarters of football. In 12 of those 16 quarters, no one scored on the Bills. That's 75% of the quarters of football that the Buffalo Bills have played this season haven't been scored on. That's pretty good right there. And building on that, we lead the league in the largest point differential with plus 90 through 4 games. Not bad. And let's kind of get rid of that Pittsburgh week 1 game. Let's talk about the last 3, okay? We outscore our opponents 118-21. And if you recall, those 21 points came from the Washington football team, and those 21 points weren't even that miraculous. One of them was kind of like a lucky screen pass for 73 yards by Antonio Gibson. I'll give him that one, sure. But the special teams blunder, that was us beating ourselves. And then there was some garbage time touchdown, and who's really counting at that point? 21 points, not even that pretty. 118-21, that's pretty good. Additionally, the Bills lead the league in the highest turnover differential, which is plus 7 right now. I think just 4 interceptions in the last game alone, and I think a fumble recovery. I could be wrong. Sunday was a long time ago. I meant to have this video out yesterday, but recording was, some technical difficulties were running in my way, and so we're getting this out on Tuesday. So a couple of notes from the Texans game. It's nothing too special. The Texans, I told you, we're going to absolutely crush them. A mark of a great team like the Buffalo Bills is that they can absolutely destroy bad teams, and we did much more than just destroy them. We embarrassed them, didn't even give it a single point. But the defense is on point again. The defense is playing lights out. So lights out that the power went out. The broadcast went down, and I know a lot of you watching at home were SOL. They missed out on some of the game, so I'll recap it a little bit. So what happened was the Buffalo Bills, they scored, and then they scored a couple more times, and then the Houston Texans, they didn't score at all. And then the Bills scored again, and then it was 40-0, and the game was over. So there's a little recap for you. But yeah, it was raining pretty hard all day, and the fans out there, they still showed up. I was in the stands. It was pandemonium out there. The atmosphere was so electric. It took all the electricity out, and I'm sorry, these lights, power's going out. Jokes. Low-hanging fruit, I know, but that's all I can really grasp at right now. Regardless, Buffalo Bills looking good. I don't even need to tell you how good the defense was playing. There's just interceptions for everybody all over the board. Jordan Poyer wasn't even in the game. We had a couple of, our depth was showing, and our depth was pretty good. We put Spencer Brown in for Cody Ford. Cody Ford, if you remember, last week against the Washington football team, kind of caused a lot of the issues that Josh Allen was facing. I mean, he was the most pressured quarterback that week, and all of those pressures, most of them pretty much came from Cody Ford's side. So we took him out. Spencer Brown was in, and that man, he's a big dude, 6'8". I don't even know how many hundreds of pounds he weighs, but whenever he takes the field, he's always the biggest guy in the field. So I think we should keep him in, and I think McDermott's kind of along the same lines there, is we're going to kind of keep our O-line the way it was against the Texans when it goes forward when we play the Chiefs. And Dawson Knox is looking like a real red zone target. It was not too long ago where, I'm playing catch with some people and I drop a pass I should have caught. I always say, Dawson Knox. Not anymore. This dude's catching stuff now. He's caught every single catchable ball that has been thrown his way, and he's had touchdowns, I think 5 so far on the season, 4 or 5, just 2 in the last game. Hey, if he's on your waivers or you got a pretty deep league and In fantasy, and Dawson Knox is still on the waivers, pick him up. Or in free agency, pick him up. This dude is going to get a touchdown 75% of the games he plays. Josh Allen looked good yet again. If you kind of discount or just erase that very first pass of the day for an interception, get rid of that out of your mind. Other than that, Josh Allen looked pretty good. No worries with that guy. Mitch Trubisky came back in. He's still 100% on passer completion percentage. This dude, he 100%. He's best quarterback in the league for sure. Just kidding, Josh Allen. We got a good depth. I'm saying it every freaking week. Our depth, God forbid Josh Allen goes down, Mitch Trubisky, we shouldn't be too worried putting him in. It was kind of that way for me when it was Barkley last year. Whenever Barkley had to come in, my nerves were kind of settled. It wasn't that big of a deal. He was pretty good, but I think Mitch Trubisky is a good upgrade at QB2. And he's getting some field time because we just keep demolishing our opponents. And keeping with the offensive side of the ball, but off the field, Cole Beasley's on some weird stuff on Twitter. He's talking about how, all the Bills Mafia are booing him at home. After any catch he plays or when he runs out the tunnel, we're booing him. This dude is so delusional. I mean, if you were at that stadium, you know what was going on. We were saying, bees. We weren't booing him. All right, it's like Bruce Smith. No one was booing Bruce. They were saying Bruce. I mean, come on, Cole, get your head out of the sand. Not everything's about you and your opinion. Okay, we're willing to kind of just gloss over it. All right, just play good football. Stop tweeting so much and be a mediocre rapper, and we're all right. It rubbed me the wrong way when Cole Beasley's like, he's just discounting Bills Mafia, saying what he thinks we're saying. It's like, dude, no, we're egging you on. We're saying, let's go Buffalo. We're saying Beasley, catch that ball for us. We want you on our team doing well. But if you're gonna keep just making stuff about you, like, you're getting harder to watch. And going forward, I'm pretty sure now a lot of people are gonna start booing you because, you'll hear the difference too. Bees sounds a lot different than boo. Get your head out of the sand and let's just keep on trucking. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. We don't want any blemishes on our report card. Calling Cole Beasley. All right, relax. Tangent over, rant over. I know it's just it rubbed me the wrong way. His Twitter activity is just annoying. And anyways, that's all I really got for you guys today. So keep tuning in because we're gonna have another video coming out real soon about our upcoming matchup against the Chiefs and what it's gonna take to beat them. They're not looking so hot, but you can never discount them. We still haven't beaten them, so they're the first peg on the board. We got to notch off, and I don't even know if any of that made sense. I'm just making up phrases here, but hey, that's all I got for you guys today. This is another episode of Good Neighbors Sports. As always, be good to your neighbors, and go Bills.